peace, love and light to you all, family. Sanwanani Dumelang, up Shani, hello Ninjani. Welcome to another YouTube video with me, your host, Mathix Mahlangu. Now, first of all, before I get into today's conversation, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who has subscribed to this channel. We're on 800 and something subscribers right now, so it makes me happy to see that a lot of people are resonating with the information that I bring forth, and I hope that you'll keep growing with me, and I hope that you are doing your breathing meditations, you are eating well, as we are going to be talking about food. So if you have not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. Click that like button as well, and also share this channel with people that you feel might resonate with this type of information. So now let's get into the topic. So today we're going to talk about food, and the reason why I decided to talk about this is actually because it's been a long time coming, but someone on Twitter actually asked me something about meat, and I was like, hey, I've been meaning to do a video about food. So shout out to that particular individual there on Twitter for just jogging my memory on that, because food plays a very, very important role. So now a lot of people have questions as to, what do I eat when I'm on the spiritual journey? What's the right food? Should I become a vegan? Should I become a vegetarian? So I just wanted to talk about that today. So now, first of all, let's talk about this. Why do we eat? Before we talk about anything else, why do we eat? Why do we eat? Well, we eat for energy. That's the primary reason. We eat for energy, we eat for survival, we eat to maintain the body and to keep going. So we eat for energy. Now, because as humans, we are on the upper levels of intellect, and we have these very creative hands, and we have intellect, we have speech, we have language, we have all of these things. We also eat for pleasure, we also eat for enjoyment. Hence we have all these different types of food, we have different spices. So that's another reason as to why we eat. But the primary reason, which is what we are going to be looking at here, is that we eat for energy. Now, what you also need to understand is that we as human beings are very advanced, in the sense that if you look at other members of the human family, they can go a very long time without eating. There's people who fasted for 40 days. There's people who fasted for 2 weeks, many days without food. There's a magician, David Blaine. I think he went about 43 days without food, and he was locked in some cubicle thing, launched in space, not launched in space, but like it was dangling high above the ground. Yeah, that guy, his mind and body control is very amazing. There's another guy, Google the Iceman. This guy could be submerged or swim underneath water, cold ice water, and he has no clothes on, and then he comes out nothing. It's like he was just taking a normal swim in a normal swimming pool. So there's something very unique about humans, and that is mind over matter. You see, I just had a deja vu in this moment, and that is mind over matter. So we have the ability to matter, being the body, being the physical, we have the ability to override the program of the body, of the matter. We have that ability. So this is why you've also seen shamans who can, or other individuals who can walk on hot coal. They can walk on it, and then when you look at them, there's no burns, nothing. Why? Because they have that ability to override. And we're going to get into why this is possible. You are a spirit. You are higher intelligence. You are a force. You are an intelligence that is inhabiting a body temporarily, and you can override the functions of the body, because the body has its own intelligence, it has its own memories, it has its own ways of surviving, because it also wants to live. It's a thing. You see, so this is why the body can program you, or it can become addicted to certain things that you give it, because the body takes what your mind first of all gives it, and then it works on that. It works on that. So it's like, okay, we are dealing with this, and then it takes that on. Hence, let's say someone who works out, and then they leave working out for a certain amount of time. When they go back in, there's something called muscle memory. The muscles of the body remember, like, oh, hey, I know this thing, and then it quickly gets back in action. So your body also has memory from your ancestors and things that they were doing. So this now brings me to the whole topic of food. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is to say this. We eat for energy, right? Energy that we get from where? The energy that we get from the sun. And the reason why I was telling you that there's people who don't eat for 40 days and could like live only on water is because those people have that ability to override the system of the body to say, hey, bro, you don't need to exude or use so much energy, because the primary energy that we take is from the sun. The primary source of energy is light from the sun. Hence, the sun hits certain plants, they photosynthesize, and then they make food, and then we take the energy secondhand from the plants themselves. What do plants eat? What do plants eat? Plants don't eat. Their primary source of growth is the light. The water that you pour on them usually is to trigger the growth. Is to trigger the growth when it's a seed, so that the whole process that is, because the tree is already embedded within the seed itself. The genetics, how that tree is gonna evolve, the type of tree, whether it's gonna be a small tree, a big tree, it's already encoded in there. So it just needs a trigger. So when you water it, it gets triggered in that darkness. When you put it in that darkness and then you water it, it gets triggered. Why? So that it can absorb the primary source of information, which is light. So once it's receiving that light, boom, there's nothing that could stop it. Because there's certain trees in the desert that could go for a long time without water, without any rain. So now, because we've lost that ability over the years, and I'm not just talking about right now in our recent history, over time immemorial ago, we lost that ability to take in energy primarily. So what happened is that we started to become dependent on taking food on a second-hand level. Now, let's talk about this. When it comes to food, there is something known as the pH scale, right? So what the pH scale is it's a measurement of alkalinity and acidity. So how the more food becomes acidic, the more mucus producing it is. So it's from 1 to 14, that's the scale. So from 7 would be the middle point. And then from 7 upwards, that would be alkaline food. So that's like good food. And then from 7 below, that food is very acidic. And what it does is that it produces a lot of mucus in your body. And what mucus is, mucus causes disease in your body. When you have a lot of mucus in your body, you have some diseases. So what you need to do in order to get healthy is to switch on this side or be on this side of that pH scale. pH meaning potential hydrogen, right? So you need to be on the 7 to 14 side. When you are 7 below, especially there on the lower levels, people who never know, you don't drink water, you don't eat fruits, you are very acidic. Your body is very acidic. So there's a lot of mucus in your body. And what that mucus does is that it causes certain diseases. It causes a calcification around your third eye. You just don't function well. Because when you have a lot of mucus in your lungs, it's called bronchitis, right? If you have a lot of mucus in your, in your nose, it's sinusitis. If you have a lot of mucus in your bones, it's arthritis. That's mucus. So you have to work on removing the mucus. Now, there's certain foods that cause you to have a lot of mucus. Dairy products. A lot of these dairy products, these Coca-Colas, these soft drinks, all of these artificial food. It's not even this. It's artificial food. It's not natural. So a lot of artificial food causes a lot of acidity in the body. It causes you to have a lot of mucus. And that mucus, what it also does is that it covers or it calcifies your third eye. So it creates this layer around your third eye where you don't have that ability to open it and to see into these higher dimensions and to feel the subtle nature around you, because you are not connected with Mother Nature. When you eat food that comes straight from the earth itself, you connect with where the food is coming from, because food is intelligent. Don't forget that I said that everything is light manifested, right? So what food is a correspondent of certain things within you. So that's why certain fruits have certain effects in your body. Certain, let's say oranges, they have vitamin C. And when you eat them, certain things happen in your body. When you eat certain foods, so they trigger certain parts in your body. Because don't forget that you yourself are the earth. What the earth is, you are. What you are, the earth is. Certain things in you exist outside. Your lungs are the trees outside. Your veins, your arteries, those are the rivers. You know, your joints, the joints and all the, what do they call this? And the bone marrow, and the blood, those are the oils of the earth. All of those, the glands, the secretions. You know, the crystals, the diamonds of the earth, those are the crystals in your pineal gland. They've found actual crystals in your pineal gland. You have crystals inside your body. In the book of Revelation, they say that they call it a crystal city. Once you awaken that, once your body becomes alkaline, what happens is that your body begins to now vibrate in a much faster frequency, because acidity, it keeps you on a lower vibration, so you cannot tap into the higher energies. So meat also causes a lot of acidity because meat, it's very dense. It's very dense, and it takes a lot of energy for your body to process meat. And the problem is we eat meat we eat it too much. Meat for breakfast, meat in the afternoon, meat at night. Wake up at night to go pee. Like, oh, let me grab a chicken wing. You eat meat, then go back to sleep. So there's a lot of acidity in meat. Now, is it good or is it bad to eat meat? Well, that's up to you. That's up to you. Food at the end of the day is very important because it doesn't determine whether you are spiritual or not. A lot of people have this misconception. Oh my God, because I'm a vegetarian, I'm spiritual, and people who eat meat, they're not spiritual. Nah, bro. There's a lot of people who are vegans and vegetarian, who are arrogant and who are, man, they're just the most lowliest people ever. Just because you don't eat meat it doesn't make you spiritual at all. It doesn't make you spiritual at all. And just because you eat meat, it doesn't mean that you're not spiritual. You see, so it doesn't really determine whether you are spiritual or not. It's just about aligning your body. It's about aligning your body and putting it in states where you can much better receive certain information. So you can decide how you eat meat. You can say, no, I eat meat twice in a week. Or I eat meat only during the day, and at night, I eat something soft so that my body, I don't overeat before I sleep, because then where's all that your body is not going to be active, so that energy is just going to be there and then turn into fat, and then mucus is being produced again. So you can decide strategically how you go about with this whole acidity thing. But there's certain foods that are just straight up drugs. They're just straight up drugs, because drugs is not only just cocaine. You're sniffing cocaine there in the toilet and whatnot. I don't know why I associate cocaine with toilets, but there's just certain foods that are just dangerous. It's just drugs in liquid form. It's literally cocaine, coke. It's just coke. It's just cocaine in a liquid form. Sugar is a drug, and a lot of these foods have this. They have so much sugar. And then what that does, it produces a lot of dopamine. and then it causes you to become so excited, and then you have this sugar rush, and then you go down again, boom, you drop, and then you want it again, so it's like it gives you a high. So some certain foods, they're very acidic. So what you need to do is Google acidic foods, and then Google alkaline foods, and then start to eat more of the alkaline foods. But I'm going to say this again, whether or not you are a vegetarian doesn't mean or make you spiritual. The things that actually turn on your third eyes and your crown chakra and your Merkabas and the kundalinis, that's soul work, inner soul work, deeds, actions, breath, breathing. That's breathing is the primary source of food, because when you breathe, you are breathing in light, actually. Like, you are breathing in light and moisture from the air. You are breathing in starlight. You are breathing in the sunlight, which is also a star. That's the primary source. So breath is the primary source of food. There's breatharians out there. If you Google or YouTube breatharians, there's people who just live on breath. Literally, they eat almost zero food. 2 grapes, 2 months. What? 2 grapes? 1 grape a month, bro? What? Because they can override the system, because they can take in food just directly from the sun. They don't need to be going in second hand, I gotta eat this, nah, they don't need that. But today, because we're always rushing and all of we think we need, we think we need food, like how we think we need it like that. But you can override your body. Test your body. Your body is a genius. Your body is amazing. Like, just do fasts. Every once in a while, I do a certain fast. I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave this food. And then I leave it for a while. I remember when my things came online, a certain year, some years back, I was sitting with one of my Rastafarian friends, and I was just sitting in there. I was like, this meat thing. Oh, man, you know what, Pablo? I'm going to try this, man. I'm going to do this, actually. I didn't even tell him. I was speaking it to myself. And my ex at the time were like, you know what? That night I decided, I'm vegetarian. And then she joined me 2 or 3 days later. Like, let's do it together. I was like, all right, cool. That whole year I was a vegetarian. At the end of that year, woo-hoo! Wham! Bam! Rakaka! Whoop! Online. Systems online. All chakras online, lit, boom. Online. Woo! Because what happens is that when your body comes online, and I'm telling you, it's when your third eye and when the system begins to work, you can sense the subtle nature. You can see symbols. You can feel. You become intuitive. You become technologically advanced. This is technology. Your body is a technology. It's a vessel. It's a car. And what happens is that would you put oil, dirty oil in your car? You wouldn't, right? But we do that to our car. So what happens is that the body doesn't function right. It doesn't function at its most highest potential. It doesn't do what it's meant to do. And that is to decode high knowledge, to process high knowledge. So what you need to do is put your body to the test. As I'm saying, try out this once in a while. Be like, okay, I'm not going to eat meat for 2 days. And then next time you 3 days, and then 4 days, and then a week. And then you're like, okay, that's cool. I like that. See how you feel. Test out how you feel. Like, that felt good. Then try it a month. Test the difference. The meat, as I'm saying, it's gonna be there when you come back. All the dairy products, they're gonna be there. Just try it. Like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy. Or I'm gonna eat meat once a day, just there in the morning or in the afternoon. Let me eat it less. Test your body out. Your body is a vessel. It is intelligent. Talk to it. Tell it, like, I love you. I love you, body. And I want us to try out something. I want to try work. I know it's going to be hard because, we've been just doing a lot of, but let's try working out. Let's try being healthier. Let's try doing this. Let's try doing this. And your body, if it sees that you're serious after a while, it'll begin to take that in. It'll begin to take that in. So as I'm saying, look up these people. Look up breatharians. Look up just so you could see what the human body is capable of. Look up people who can walk on coal, or check out the Iceman. People who've gone a long time without food. So you could get this thing out of your head where you think that, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. If I don't eat meat, I'm going to starve. No, you could go a very long time. So your body's software, you need to clean the software. The computer, the software, that alkaline state that you deleting all the dirty files and so that you could function. The acidity is all the mucus. It's all of that. It just causes it to buffer. The system, it's always buffering, loading. It doesn't function at its highest potential. It doesn't function at its highest potential. So food, it plays a very important role in making up your fit, because remember, you are a whole. You are mind, body, and spirit. You're not just mind and spirit and soul. You are a body too. So you could so if you are doing all of this but leaving out this here, it's not the full picture. You are not doing it all the way. So do it all the way. Do it all the way. Test your body out. Test your body out. Test it out. Test it out. This is the greatest thing that you have. This is the greatest gift that you have. This is your temple of God. This is the greatest thing. This is your cross. You must carry it. You must bear it. You must carry your own cross. You must carry it because it's a cross. And if you don't take care of it, it won't take care of you. It's going to keep on having these addictions, these lower vibrational emotions and thoughts, because your body is a magnet. And if it's too acidic, it magnetizes lower things that of that nature. But then when you begin to vibrate differently, it magnetizes different information. All of a sudden, new people are coming into your life. New events, new environments. You're opening up. You see, family, so in a nutshell, that's it. Where are you? Where are you? Are you too acidic? Or are you alkaline? Choose to be alkaline. Choose to be alkaline. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of yourself. Peace, family. Much love. Love and light to you all. Remember, you're amazing. You are amazing. You just have to remember that and say it to yourself. Tell your body. Thank it. Take it for a walk. Take it for a run. Much love, fam.